So you've decided to start a YouTube channel and you're doing all the research on what to do, how to do it, and getting monetized. And that's the big goal. That's most people's goal, is to get monetized. I started a new channel. I actually started the work a month ago. I am 3 weeks in to having videos on my channel and watching my analytics. And as part of my channel, I decided to start a separate playlist just to keep track of the process and getting monetized, to see what it looked like week by week, partly for my own interest. I just wanted to capture what was happening and not look back and go, gosh, I think in week 2 so and so happened. I wanted to have an actual record of it. But I also found that I enjoyed watching other people's videos going through a similar process. So I just decided, even though it's not part of my niche, I would start a separate playlist capturing week by week what this process looks like. I have just recorded my week 3 analytics this morning. And as part of thinking about putting that video together, I realized it doesn't look very different from week 2. I don't have much to say. I don't have much to show. Not much has changed. The only thing that I have actually done this week is continue to learn and continue to post. That's the most important thing, is just continue to post. So, and I did a few other little things too, to be honest. The learning part of it was redoing some things that I had done. I went back and watched all of my videos, all of them, and looked at the name of the video, the hashtags, the descriptions. I looked at everything for every video because I found some mistakes along the way, and then I knew I needed to clean up everything. I didn't want to wait till I had too many to keep it under control, right? So, first step though, before I actually published my first video, was to decide on my niche. I know it's what everybody says, you have to decide what your interest is. Well, I've known for a long time I wanted to start a channel. I knew this was something that I had that voice in my head telling me that, you should do a YouTube channel, you should do a YouTube channel, you should do, but what am I going to talk about? I, I'm I'm also a real estate agent, so I kept thinking that was probably what I was supposed to do. But what I find that I'm actually passionate about is the fact that at 66, and um, this portion of my world in life, I have become very passionate about maintaining and developing and preserving all the things necessary to have a very active, fulfilling, adventurous rest of my life, and my husband's. This has just kind of become, well, I said the word passion, but it's almost an obsession. Um, I've been thinking a lot about all the facets of aging, and the fact that people live longer and we have a potentially a really long period of time to do more things. We've got more time on our hands and all that. But how are we going to be able to afford it? Can I do it physically? Am I going to still be here mentally when I want to be? So this has become a real passion of mine. And it occurred to me one day recently, I just happened on a video of a lovely lady talking to her camera, just like I'm doing. And she had, in her words, she had lost her job at 63, and she found herself retired before she was like mentally and emotionally ready. So she had to rethink what her days are going to look like and what her life is going to look like. And in her mindset, what she wanted for her life was to live a slower pace of life. And when she said that, I realized, there it is. There's my niche. I feel the exact opposite. I want to have a more active life. I want to ramp up instead of slowing down. Um, and so then there was my niche. It was the light bulb. I realized right then I can do this YouTube channel. I need to figure out now how to do it, but at least I have that one component out of the way. I have my niche. So I did it what we all do. I went to YouTube to teach me how. So I just started researching everything. And beyond knowing what your niche is, how do you actually create the channel? And I just kept finding myself drawn to people that just talk to the camera. I think they're called raw videos. These are called raw videos. This will be posted probably with zero editing. I hit record, and when I get done, I'm going to hit stop, and I'm going to make sure that it captured my voice in a way that you can hear it. I'm sorry if I have to clear my voice sometimes, got a little clogged throat, but if all that's fine, it's going straight on YouTube. Um, but then it's not just going straight on YouTube, right? I had to learn other things as well, like how to name your video, how to create playlists, and where to put those, what are they, and where to put the videos, and how to put those in there. What hashtags should I be attaching to the video? And then there's the description. Making sure that I say all the things I want to say and want folks like you to know from my description. And there's more to it too than that, but these were the things I had to figure out. So one of the things that several people said is don't start with one video. Do not launch your channel with one video, because what if you go to that video and you watch it and you're like, well, I like what she had to say. Let's see what else she has to say. And there isn't anything. So the advice that I gleaned out of all the videos I watched was maybe 5 to 7 at minimum. Load 5 to 7 videos in there. Do not publish them yet. Just get it all set up. Get your description set up. Get your names set up. And then, of course, I learned what thumbnails were and get all that set up. And then you can more confidently and smarter way to launch your channel is to have the videos loaded and ready to launch. Took me about a week to get it where I felt like everything was ready. I was also making some shorts. I kept reading that shorts were important, so I was making some shorts and loading those as well. And so about a week later, so now we're talking about, day one, I switched all of the videos that were loaded to public and started watching the pot. And you know what they say, watch pot never boils. So, and I have heard this from YouTube teachers that don't sit and watch every day to see how many views you have or how many subscribers you have, because it'll not come at all for a while, and then a lot, and then none, and then it's all over the place, and you can't live by that. That you just have to trust the system. But it's super hard to trust the system when you just released out into the world your new, you find very interesting niche that you're talking about, and you want to see if other people are seeing it. So yes, I still check it every day, but I'm okay with where it is, because that's just the way this works. Algorithms decide our future in YouTube, and you just have to trust that it will happen. I am committed to it. At first, I was just going to be committed to 2 videos a week. I heard someone say that shorts actually can hurt your channel because they don't count towards your view time, and that's part of getting monetized. And then looking at my analytics too much, actually it was preparing to record the video this morning for week 3. I saw that it appears to me that the time watched for the shorts are being captured in my total watch hours. So maybe you're watching this and you know the difference and how to explain to me whether that's true or not. But since it appears that way to me today, I'm going to continue to make shorts. So my commitment to myself and to my channel is one regular, based on the niche, full length, long, I guess you could call it, video, one short, niche based short, and then also one that falls just into this playlist, capturing what we're doing week by week. As far as what my hardware looks like, I am talking into an iPhone 15 Pro. It's the one with the two little cameras on the back and not the three. I know there's better out there, but so far so good. I'll use this phone till it has to be replaced. And that is right now on a tripod that I already had one tripod and it was fine, I thought, but it was only about 4 feet tall. And I wanted to be able to stand like I'm doing right now in front of my tripod fully extended and either be eye to eye or look slightly up. Because I'm 66, I want to look up. And so I ordered, and this will be linked in the description below, but I did order a new tripod. It was not expensive. I'd have to look again, but I'm thinking it was less than $10. It it's good because it just pulls out and extends. It's super fast. You don't have the little flippies, which are fine, but it pulls straight out. One of the reasons I picked this one is because the legs on it, when they're folded up, make a good handle so that it can be used as a selfie stick. And I'm sure my other one, I could have done that too, but this one is kind of designed for that. And I haven't used it as a selfie stick yet, but it is a comfortable kind of handle when the legs are collapsed. And the third feature of this one is that it came with a clicker so that I can start and stop the video. It does self turn off after so many minutes. And so I very often try to stop the video and it's turned off, and that becomes, I can just walk up to the camera and turn it off at that point. If I remember to turn this back on, it would work beautifully. This is a microphone that I already had. I don't find it currently on Amazon, so I will link something very similar. But what I like about it is that the other piece to this just plugs into the bottom of the phone. So it's a plug and play. You just turn the thing on. Both of them charge with a USB-C. You know what we're all using now is the C. But they both pieces charge easily. I have not run out of battery, but I throw them on the charger all the time. So I don't know what kind of battery life they have, but they're cheap. They seem to be working fine. And so far, so good. My office, however, just has this one window. And I would really rather be sitting at my desk with the camera pointed directly at me. But if I do that, half of my face is too dark. So I know that I need to look into a light. And I have been looking at some videos for recommendations on what type of light to get. And, the really cheap little ring lights might not be the best option, but right now I'm just going to talk towards the window. And maybe by next week you'll see me with a light, and I'll talk about that, and I'll link it if I like it and finally get one and I can recommend it. I'll link that. That is all of the hardware I have. So I don't know if you were taking notes, but everybody's already got the phone. I got a tripod, a new tripod, already had a microphone, and I forgot to mention something else. My desk has a really large monitor on it, and I like to look at that big monitor, but it has no camera. And my husband, during COVID, when everything was done by remote, he ordered this Logi camera. It has no microphone, at least I don't think it does. It doesn't even have an on switch. It's a plug and play, but I do use that when I'm talking weekly about my analytics. This just sits up on top of the monitor and plugs into my computer. And that way I'm looking at the big screen while I'm recording my face. And I prefer that. So I will, this same version, this same model is not available currently, but of course they have upgraded versions since 2020. And I will link that as well in the description below. But that's all the hardware. As far as software goes, I have tried 2 different free softwares for capturing the analytics. So when I say that, for a person who hasn't learned how to edit yet, I am capturing my screen with my face in the corner talking at the same time. Built into Microsoft computers apparently is something that you can use called Clipchamp. I tried that a couple of weeks. It felt a little clunky. It wanted to buffer a lot. I don't know if it was probably me, but then I decided this morning to see if there was something else out there, and I found a Chrome extension called Loom, Loom, that is also free. The several videos said that's all you need is the free version if this is what you're trying to do with it. I think the videos have to be 5 minutes or less. So it might be at some point that it's not enough for me, but right now, since I don't have a lot to say on my weekly analytics, then 5 minutes is plenty. But I used that this morning and I liked it better. It was easy to install on my computer. It's just an extension. I just click the little icon and click, 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 and I'm recording. And so far today, that was fine. It uploaded easily. I was able to get it on YouTube easily. All that was what mattered to me the most. The Clipchamp, I don't know, I just felt like I was fumbling through getting it from one point to another point. And this was the main thing. It wanted to separate out my face video from the screen video. So then I had to, without going through an editing process, I had to make sure I was getting those back together when I got them on YouTube. And with Loom, there was none of that. I just hit download and it was done. So you might want to check that out if that's something that you feel would help you. Then as far as the thumbnails, I use Canva, and I already had the paid version of Canva, but I think you can create perfect thumbnails yourself with the free version. I got into the paid version years ago, doing things like real estate stuff. So the thumbnails I'm creating, I just kind of repeat. I've had 4 versions. I'm on my 3rd week and I've had 4 versions of thumbnails, but I keep seeing other people's thumbnails that I think, okay, that one looks better. I need to change mine. And so I'm getting there. I might be done, but I might not. But if you don't know Canva, if you don't want to learn Canva, that to me sounds daunting. If you're trying to learn YouTube, which is going to probably involve learning editing and then also learning Canva at the same time, my brain would explode. So I understand that there are AI tools like is it Claude, or I don't think it's Chat GPT that can create the thumbnails for you. But you might not have to do anything. You might just be able to give some good prompts to one of the AI platforms and come up with the perfect thumbnails. Probably much better than I'm creating on Canva. Let me look at my notes, because right now that feels like kind of all I've done so far. And moving forward, I did worry a little bit at first when I was making notes about what I was going to talk about every week for the rest of my life, because I see this as a remote job that I can keep doing no matter where we live and what our work or not work lifestyles are. Yes, I can keep doing real estate a very long time. I enjoy it. I love it. It's something that, I have friends doing real estate in their 80s. But what if we move at some point? And you starting over in real estate in a new place is hard for a young person. I can't see me doing that, and anything older than now. I just don't. But I also don't see me not having something. I need to be doing something. I need a purpose and something. So in other words, I would like for this to be something, because my niche is, in case you were wondering, is called A Tad More Living, and it is designed to be collaborative for people 60 and above to explore how to go through the what years we have left more in a more active way, healthy way, youthful way, from all the standpoints, from physical, mental, financial, and lifestyle. So then, you think, well, I have plenty to say right now, but how is this sustainable forever? But then I realize every time I watch someone else's videos, or when I've gone back and watched my videos, my brain is just like, oh, I need to talk about so and so. Oh, well, you need to explore so and so. So I really think that if you find a niche that you are passionate about, especially if there's not a timestamp to it, if you're just talking about how to decorate Christmas trees, that's a time-stamped niche. But if you're talking about the aging process, I'm not going the other way. It's all aging from here on. So I really think that I get inspired by watching other people's videos around the similar subject. A lot of the aging channels I find are even tighter niche wise than mine. Like, it might just be staying physically fit as we age, or it might be traveling over 70, that sort of thing. Mine is kind of all encompassing, so I feel like I have a whole lot to talk about forever. So that was one of the things that I kind of had to um, just make sure that I knew what I was doing. And then the last thing I'm going to leave you with is that I'm reminding myself not to watch that pot. Together, if you'll stick with me on these week by week updates, together we'll see just how long this process takes. I give myself to the end of the year. And I'm not saying I'm going to wait to then to make changes if I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I feel like if I haven't monetized in 6 months, I am doing something majorly wrong, and we need to do something to fix it. But yeah, I'm thinking it'll be sooner than that. But who knows? Who knows? We'll celebrate when that day comes. Thank you for listening today. If you have any questions, comments, advice, I would love advice. Just leave it in the comments below. I'm going to turn this clicker on and stop the video. Have a good day.